Good morning, good evening, Mr. X's class. We're here to talk about the word fundamental. So fundamental actually has two meanings as an adjective, which are the ones that are your main meanings, but then there's also a meaning as a noun, which we put on word families. So as an adjective, sorry, that should be it too. As an adjective, meaning one, serious and important, affecting the central and most important parts of something. So we use this a lot. You could talk about a fundamental problem, or a fundamental issue, or a fundamental disagreement. Like a serious and very important disagreement, or a serious and very important issue. So that's what this is often for. Often, issue, problem, or disagreement. So I'll give an example like that. So my example has to do with the presidential election. So Hillary Clinton is a Democrat. Ted Cruz is a Republican, and he's a very so they have very different opinions about the government. Ted Cruz thinks that the government should be much smaller, lower taxes, and there should be more in general. That the government should be small, and there should be more power for like businesses and private people. Whereas Democrats think that government should be bigger. They say government can help you. Republicans say government does not help you. Government is bad. It should be smaller. So and people can do things for themselves. We don't need the government as much, right? So Clinton and Cruz, those presidential candidates, have a fundamental disagreement about the role of government. Basic disagreement. So fundamental disagreement means not just a little disagreement, a very important disagreement about the important parts. So the important parts of their opinion, if you say, what do you think about government? If you went to Hillary Clinton and Ted Cruz, they would give very different answers. In a basic, big way, not just some slight differences, big differences. So we could say they have a fundamental disagreement. They disagree completely, very differently, in a very important way. Okay, then definition 2, central, forming the necessary basis of something. So that means, so that's kind of a little bit related to, yesterday we learned about foundation, which is a noun, right? This is an adjective, but in some way it's because it's still talking about if you start with something and then you build on top of it. So like this is, the fundamental thing is the basis, what you start with, and then you build other things on top of it. So for example, arithmetic. You guys know arithmetic is like multiplication, addition, basic math is fundamental to, and you use the word to with this. When you use this meaning, use the word to. Fundamental to high school math. That means that high school math builds on top of arithmetic. If you don't have high school math, you can't do, if you don't have arithmetic, you can't do high school math. So it's the necessary basis. You need it. Necessary. So it's like it's necessary to start. That's the idea. It's like if you don't have it, you can't start. You need it first. That's what fundamental means. That meaning. So over here, using a dictionary is a fundamental skill for learning new words. That is definition 2. So it's like if you want to learn new words, although now you could at least use an online dictionary. People don't have paper dictionaries as much, right? But being able to look up words is important to be able to learn new words. Spanish, fundamental. And okay, then there's a noun form of fundamental, which is in your word families, and it means something basic or necessary. It's related to this meaning. It's related to this meaning. What's necessary to start? You say arithmetic is fundamental as an adjective. You could use it as a noun. If you use it as a noun, you could say arithmetic is a fundamental. Although often it's plural. So what we would say is the modules teach you the fundamentals of math before algebra. The modules at this school, math modules, teach you the fundamentals, the basics, which is the things that you need first before you can do algebra. So that's a noun. And often we use it with an S. The fundamentals are the basic things that you need that are necessary to start. Okay, also we have a word family, fundamentally. What part of speech is that, do you think? How do we know?
For the end of the
the ending, right? ly.
The suffix.
The suffix, the ly there. Yeah, which not always, there are always exceptions in English, but 90% of the time, if you see ly, it's an adverb, so it's a good guess. It's a good shortcut. Okay, synonyms for fundamental: basic, essential, or necessary. Antonym: unimportant or trivial. Trivial means not important. We don't care about it, it's a little detail. It's the opposite of fundamental. Fundamental is very important. Okay, questions about fundamental? Okay, thank you very much, and thanks for filming today.